Tell me why you keep moving, little coquette.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to start off with this base. It's by P. Louise and I'm going to pack that on the eyelid, and I do apply that all over the lid and also in my inner tear duct area where there's a little bit of shadow and under the brow. I'm going to take this Time Los Angeles Infatuation eyeshadow palette, and it's so beautiful. I love these tones. So I'm going to take the shade Enchant, and I'm packing that on with a blending brush. This is a natural hair brush, and I'm going to pack it on there in the crease area. I'm going to take it from with the deep shade and then the light shade and then another shade in between. I'm gonna also apply some tape as well, which it was pointless for me because I didn't like how it came out, so I just fixed it at the end. So I'm going to pack that Enchant shade all in the crease area and also going towards my outer eye, and I want to really make it pigmented, so I do pack that shade really good on the eye. I'm gonna take this shade Cotton Candy, and it's a light pink shade, and I'm going to pack it on above that Enchant shade, and then I'm going to make sure that that shadow is really vibrant because it is a light shade but I want it to show through, so I'm going to really pack that shadow on. And just to let you guys know, this palette does have some kickback, so you want to be careful with that. It's not a problem for me, it just tells me that the palette is pigmented. Make sure that you do go back in with that Enchant shade and blend that shadow out. Now I'm going to take this shade right here. It's the very hot neon pink shade, and I'm going to take that E10 brush from Blank Canvas, and I'm going to apply that right in between, right above that Enchant shade, but also kind of blending it with that pink shade, the Cotton Candy shade. So you'll see the transition. I know it sounds confusing, but just watch what I'm doing and you'll see exactly how it's gonna come out. I just love my pinks and mauves and purple shades, so I wanted to focus more on the pink side of the tutorial. You want to make sure that you blend, and it is going to take some time because you don't want your eyeshadows to look harsh, and you want it to blend well together with the other eyeshadows. I'm going to take this shadow Champagne, and I'm going to make sure that I apply that right where the brow bone area is at, but later on you'll see I apply another shade from a different palette, and I apply that into the brow bone as well because I felt like it wasn't that vibrant for my brow bone area, but it's still good. Now I'm taking the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to cut the crease area, and I want to make it very precise, clean, and sharp. So I didn't show the whole process because I have so many videos of me showing me doing a cut crease, but this time I'm doing like a curve, kind of going down and going up like a roller coaster. So I want to really make it into like kind of like a wing kind of eye cut crease. So now I'm done applying the concealer. I'm going to pack it on the lid area, and then I'm going to take this white shadow called Veil, and I'm going to apply that right in the inner eye first. So that's going to be my lightest shade, and then I'm going to transition to a different shadow, which is going to be in the next few clips. But this white shadow is vibrant, like this is a really white shade. The only thing is that it can look a bit chalky if you over apply it. Now I'm going to take these two shadows right here, and I'm going to then blend it right where the white is at, but also going a little bit more outwards. So you will see that I go back and forth with my brushes to kind of merge those two shadows together, because a lot of the times, a lot of people, when they're doing a two-tone or three-tone kind of shadows on the lid, they tend to forget that they have to blend in between those shadows so it can look seamless and it can look very blended and transition. So that's why you see that I take the pink shade and kind of blend it right in between, just to kind of give it, like, you know, that look where it's like, okay, there's like a big fade and it's not a harsh type of, like, you could tell where the white stops and the pink stops. Now I'm going to take the shade Velvet, and that's going to be my ending shadow. So I'm going to pack that right outside of my outer eye, and I'm going to just pack it. I'm not going to sweep too much of it. I'm going to pack it on, so that way the velvet shade and the light brown shade with the pink shade will merge together. And I do take some of that enchant with a really defined small brush, and I'm going to outline where that out of the enchant shade was at. Now I'm taking the Stila Stay All Day waterproof eyeliner, and I really like this eyeliner. It's so black, and I like that it dries like a full matte finish, just like my Catrice liner does.
I must behave, I must keep fighting. Don't give it up. I want to keep us compromising. Open your
So I do take the tape off, but I did not like how it came out because the other side didn't come out that way. So I do clean it up and really make that outer eye kind of blend in, blown out, diffuse. I'm going to take the lashes Shopmimiartistry in the lashes Troubles, and then I'm going to take this mascara from Essence, and I really do like this. I mentioned this in my Best of Beauties video. So I do apply some mascara. I'm not going to heavy coat with it because I'm going to apply some very dramatic lashes. Another technique that I've learned is that I do apply a little bit of the concealer underneath the eyes, so that way the eyeshadow for your lower lash line area, it can be very pigmented, and I really like this technique. It's a little different for me. You guys know I don't do my under eye until I do my foundation and everything, but this one, it was simple and it was different. And I take all the shadows that I applied in the crease area and blend that in the lower lash line area, and then I do take the darkest shadow in the outer side of the palette and really pack it on with a flat brush.
enough to keep your other lovers hidden. Where are you taking me?
I also applied the Stila Smudge eyeliner. I don't remember the full name for it, but it's a good eyeliner. It's waterproof. I've noticed it doesn't budge as much. You guys know I have watery eyes, so this is like a really good eyeliner. This is like right up there with my Urban Decay. So yeah, this is the shadow I was talking about, where I applied it right in the lower lash line, right where the tight line is at, so there's not like just like the black and then the pink. So moving on to the face, I'm taking the Canon Cosmetics Skin Brightening Moisturizer, and I'm going to apply that all over the face area, mostly in the cheekbones and the other points of my face where I want a lot of light to hit. So I'm going to mix these two foundations. These are my favorites. One is just dark and one is too light, so I just mix them both, and one is matte and one is like a semi-matte. So I'm gonna use the Hourglass Veil Primer, and I really love this primer. It's been so good, and it just gives you like a nice blur look, like a veil, like what it says, and it just makes the foundation go on really nicely, and it just makes my whole face look so flawless. I do use the Dollar Sponge from Shop Miss A, and it's so good. I can't stop using this. This is like one of my favorites. I forgot what was a beauty blender. I'm going to take the NARS matte concealer and I'm going to just pat it instead of just sweeping it like I normally do. I pat it and I felt like there was a big difference. It did cover up a lot more than I usually do, and I really like this technique. So I also take the Tarte Shape Tape concealer and pat it on with the doe foot, and then I just pat it with the sponge, and it just gave me like a really nice finish under the eyes. So I just forgot that I had this concealer, and then it just brought back memories why I love it so much. So I'm going to set it with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in light, and then I'm going to set that under eye and certain parts of my face with the translucent powder from Hourglass. And I do tap it on, like pat it on my face instead of just sweeping it, because I don't want the foundation to move, and I feel like it does such a good job when you pat it on the face. I'm going to take the Kahlon bronzing powder in Sun Kissed Bronze, and this one it's a different shade than I'm normally used to. This reminds me of the shade Fawn from ABH, but I do have to be light-handed with this because this is a very pigmented bronzer. So is this blush that I'm gonna show you. This is in the shade Tulip, and it's so pigmented. I had to literally blow or tap it on my hand before using it, but it's such a good blush and I love this color. This is the Time Los Angeles highlight palette, and I'm going to be using this shade first to highlight, and this is my first time using the palette. Oh my gosh, this palette is amazing. I can't stop using it. The fact that this gave me such a bright beaming look. This shade not too much, but the white one, oh my gosh, look. It's so nice. I love it, and it doesn't emphasize it. It kind of veils it out. It's not powdery. It's just perfect. I love this palette. You can tell I love it because I'm putting it everywhere on my face. It's crazy, but it's so good, and I do use it most often than the other highlighters that I have. I'm going to set my face with the Kahlon setting spray, and after I'm done with that, I'm going to apply some lipstick. So this is the lip liner from NYX in Hot Pink. I did not like the way it looked because it was too pinkish, so I went in with my Rimmel London lip liner in the shade 20. I felt like that one kind of did more justice because it was a lot deeper than the first shade. For the liquid lipstick, I went in with the liquid lipstick from Time Los Angeles. This is in the shade Crystal Fizz. Now the thing is that it was too pink, so when I did apply it, I didn't show the second shade, and I'm gonna list it down below. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys like this makeup look. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my social medias, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And happy Valentine's Day. Bye.